Ladies and gentlemen, what is going on? Zariel here, and welcome to another episode of The Feels. And some of you might be wondering why I don't have my webcam turned on. Well, unfortunately, I got the elements working against me right now. For those of you who may not have seen me, well, I am a Negro, and that means that I am black, and it is dark. And unfortunately, I do not have a good light source to brighten this, dark brown skin complexion of mine, this caramel complexion, as LTG would say. And unfortunately, that's gonna make the video less entertaining because I probably would have made some faces in regards to these patch notes coming, I think April 3rd, if I'm not mistaken, which is tomorrow. And yeah, I figured why not, why not, go ahead and go over these patch notes with you guys. Got to give compliments to Andy Wong in all the wrong places. Andy Wong, every time he answers a question, this is Wong on so many levels. But I was getting ready to go over them, and I said, you know what? Why don't I just go over them with you guys? Because I'm gonna be honest here. I consider myself to have the most genuine channel on YouTube, and unfortunately, I cannot make that claim if I'm over here telling lies. And I would be lying to you if I told you that I understood patch notes, because I grew up in a time where patch notes wasn't a thing. And but I'm only, I'm not like 50 or nothing like that. I'm only 28 years old. But despite that, I'm not a Street Fighter 5 patch note connoisseur as some of you may be. I didn't grow up understanding frame data. Like, I just knew what worked and what didn't work, and I still kind of go by that to this day, even though lag works against me. But nevertheless, let's go over these. I was busy making shirts. I want to plug that in. You guys see the shirts? Those are actually going to be on sale, possibly like tomorrow or the next day or sometime this week. I'm making a new line of shirts for you guys. Trying to get some creativity out there. We'll see people wear my creativity. Love me. Okay, so these notes was released actually April 1st, and I was kind of hesitant because we all know that April 1st is April Fools. That's the traditional pranking holiday of the world, and pinching people that don't wear green. But we grown now, man. Well, ain't nobody got time for all these April Fool jokes and all that. Let me get my microphone up a little bit. There we go. Okay, so before I get started, forgive me if you hear like the background buzzing. Let me turn this down. Because unfortunately, my laptop is old as hell. So if you guys want to help me get a new laptop, you see I got the little bar right there, the little I have the donation goal to help me get a new laptop. The Streamlabs link is in the video description. Also subscribe to the channel if you have not, and go follow me on Twitch. I'm on the road to 75 followers on Twitch, and I'm on my road to 5,000 subscribers on YouTube. So without further ado, man, let's get this underway. So let me expand this a little bit so we can see this a little bit better. Not like I got my webcam up anyway, so we can cover up the whole screen with this. Like, it ain't gonna matter. All right, now I did skim over these earlier, so I'm not gonna act like I'm, doing anything completely new. And just by me just looking over everything, it seems to be like they're trying to correct the mistakes that they made back in season 1. Back in season 1, and you guys are going to see as I go over the patch notes, it was a lot of people complaining about, like the physics of the game and how somebody can use a straight jab or a straight light punch or what have you, that's just like a straight punch as an anti-air. That right there was mind-boggling to a lot of people, including myself, that they would actually put something like that in Street Fighter 5. It just didn't feel right. And it seems like with this, they made a universal change with trying to correct those mistakes. As you're going to see, a lot of these characters had their hit boxes and their hurt boxes lowered, so it seems like they're trying to get rid of, or at least lessen, that anti-air property that was on a lot of like the normal light punches and normal and medium, medium punches and so forth. Basically any punch that didn't have like an upward motion that could actually be used, that would make sense for it to be an anti-air, they tried to lessen that and tried to correct their mistakes. So let's go over it. Now, my hope as I'm going over this, because like I said, I only skimmed through it. I didn't completely look at everything, so some of the stuff is going to be a surprise to me. I don't know if basically I'm just hoping that the right people get patches and get balanced, because Rashid, he needs a balance. In all honesty, I think Ryu, he needs me, I don't like Shotos at all. Like, I despise Shotos, but I'm a genuine person, so I'm gonna be honest, even if it hurts my feelings. But Ryu, he's one of the Shotos that needs help. I understand for a lot of Ryus, and I even played Ryu like once or twice just to get an understanding of why is it so hard for people to use him. And he doesn't play nothing like the past Street Fighter games. Like, he plays, I don't know, like he just feels like very stiff, and it's almost like he doesn't have any options. So I'm kind of pulling for Ryu a little bit to get something. Rashid needs to get that Nerf hammer, and a few other characters. Everybody complaining about Abigail, though. I don't really see the problem with Abigail, because I look at characters, like Abigail, as like big punching bags. Like, I don't view them in the same light as everybody else, so I don't really see him being top tier like that. I grew up during the time where tier systems didn't mean a thing. Well, let's go ahead and go to the patch notes now. That's enough of my rambling. So, right there, you say, we've been closely monitoring each character in the community reception since the start of Season 3 and have decided to implement further balance changes. Season 3 started more than 2 months ago with the arrival of Street Fighter V Arcade Edition. Since then, Sakura and Blanca joined the ever-expanding roster, with Falke, Cody, G, and Sagat coming later in 2018. 2 premiere events on the Capcom Pro Tour 2018 have also crowned their champions, with many more along the way to Capcom Cup 2018. This update will go live on April 3rd. Okay, so it is going live on April 3rd, following the server maintenance. Take a look at the patch notes below, including the developer comments, to give you more insight into the decisions we made. Okay, so crush counters, taking both reward on hit and frequency into account, change the combo scaling on the crush counters. So on crush counters, I'm assuming what they're saying is that, again, I'm not no Street Fighter 5 connoisseur. Don't sue me, don't bite me in the ass, because I don't understand it the way you guys understand it. Just leave a comment below, and you explain it to me if I didn't get it right. Everybody's not an expert on this. Some of us just understand things differently, and I don't understand certain things like this, but I want to. So I'm assuming that just means that the damage is going to be dampened after you get a crush counter and you go into whatever combo you're going into. Like, the damage isn't going to be, like, the damage is just going to get dampened. Like, it's not going to be as damaging, I'm assuming. The throw escape changed so that a throw break cannot be performed after the move has been input, with the exception of normal throws, with the exception of normal and unique moves. This is to weaken the defensive technique of using certain special moves, primarily movement special moves, together with a throw break. Previously, throw escapes could not be performed only for moves that gave the character some kind of invincibility or armor. So with that one, I'm assuming that they are trying to, like, if you use a move incorrectly, you can still get thrown. Like, you can't just use it and then just, do like a throw break, because then it'll be like, it's safe. You know what I mean? And in some cases, I know for a fact, in some cases, it seems like throws actually take priority over certain punches and certain kicks. So it's like you can do the move and then just go for a throw and pretty much make an unsafe move somewhat safe. You know, so again, if I ain't get it right, let me know. Normal throw damage, increased parameters for characters that have less reward on hit. Not really understanding that one too much. V reversals, overall rebalancing for the moves, startup, and performance. So this video gonna be a while because we're going over pretty much every character in the roster, you know. So don't feel too crazy. It's saying my encoder getting overloaded. I don't know why it's saying that. Let me try to shrink this. I don't think that helped. If I do it like this, it'll probably act better. Widen that. Hopefully you guys can still see it pretty good. I know my name and everything isn't being displayed correctly, but hopefully this is good enough. So we got Ryu. Let's see, shoulder throw, forward throw, damage increased on this throw by 10, recovery increased by the throw by 2 frames. So they made the throw more damaging, but they made the recovery more. I mean, that's going to stop a lot of pressure. Like, if he has more time to recover, that's going to give him less time to attack after a throw. So that means he can't apply no pressure, and he already had, you know, issues with pressure already. So, you know, for the Ryu users out there, I know y'all not liking that one. That you know, that one doesn't seem like it's a good thing. Yeah, that one seems kind of like a big middle finger right there. Because throws for like a lot of Shotos, especially Ryu, who already doesn't have much, you know, that throw was like his big, you know, like one of his better, you know, moves to catch people off guard. You know, you get your shimmy, you get a throw, and then you apply whatever little bit of pressure you can. Now it's like they just taking that away. Somersault throw, backwards throw, that gets a damage increase by 10, from 140 to 150. Standing LP, reduce the upwards hitbox. See, that's what I mean right there. They reduce the upwards hitbox. They're trying to reduce the anti-air properties on like light punches and things like that, which I think is smart. And that's actually a universal. You're gonna see that nearly every character has it. They, with the exception of only like 1 or 2, who probably already had that built into their frame data or whatever, into their hurt box and hit boxes already. Standing medium kick, remove the forward hurt box that appeared before the hitbox active frames. That was buggy. Crouching medium kick, change so that the collision box will emerge forward when the hitbox becomes active. The Jodan Nirigeki, I don't know if that's supposed to be his donkey kick, or like one of his regular normals. Let's see. Like, I don't know if that's his donkey kick or not. See, this is why my laptop can't handle it. Jodan, yeah, right here. Jodan Nirigeki. Let's type in Ryu. Like, I need to see if this is donkey kick or not. Like, I don't know. They're not telling me nothing. They don't even have. I'm assuming that's his donkey kick because I don't know. No, Jodan. Yeah, they not telling me. Damn, Google, you're not helpful at all. But I'm assuming that's like his donkey kick. Tell me if I'm wrong. Enforce the combo count restrictions. Added float if the final hits mid. If the final hits midair. I don't. That one is confused. Okay, that one you gotta explain to me, because I know he has a donkey kick. I just don't know which one, what the Japanese name for it is. The Denjin Rinki. Okay, that's his V trigger 1. Increase the timer from 800 frames to 1,000 frames. Okay, so his V-Trigger 1 is going to last longer. And that's another universal change that they made too. Some of these characters, their V-Triggers are actually going to last longer due to the changes. We'll scoop this over. You guys can get a better look at that. Let's see. The Ishin changed that the counter judgment will become active from 1 frame of Ishin receiving an attack removed. The counter hit judgment from a successful Ishin activation can cancel the recovery into EX Jodan. So Kuto Gary only on hit can be canceled from the axe kick and the solar plexus strike. Can be canceled into. So I don't know if the Ishin is supposed to be the donkey kick. I'm not sure, dude. Look, I don't know any. I don't have. You know what? Let me turn on Street Fighter 5. Pretty sure my life would be a lot easier if I just learn as I go. See, I don't want all this. Dang it. Where's the? Okay, never mind. But I'm finna turn on. I should have did this while I was doing that earlier. But yeah, the Ishin, I'm assuming that's the donkey kick maybe, but it can get canceled into from the axe kick and the solar plexus strike now, which is good because donkey kick didn't. If that is the donkey kick, it didn't have any. It barely had anything you can combo into it. The V Hadouken, increase the V timer of each V Hadouken from 50 frames to 100. The Vex Hadouken, change the position at which movement is possible after the move. The hard Shoryuken, the heavy Shoryuken, normal with V trigger, normal and V trigger. Damage increased by 10 for first active frame only. Hit stop increase for first active frame only. Okay. So I'm assuming that means that after the first hit you can like combo into whatever else. Maybe. I don't know. The EX Shoryuken expanded the forward hitbox, changed the opponent's behavior on the first hit. Note this has no effects on the battle balance. Wait, what? Change the opponent's behavior on the first hit. What that's supposed to mean? Okay, some of these things are gonna have to get, you know, obviously explained. You know, per visual aid, because ain't nobody gonna know that unless you're the developers itself. Some of this is actually confusing. Like I said, I'm not a Street Fighter connoisseur, so that one's gonna have to be explained to me. Excuse my derpiness. And then he has the V Shoryuken, the Vex Shoryuken, changed so that it will consume the V timer gauge. Note, uses 150 frames of gauge. I don't know what that means. I'm not understanding. They got the Jodan Shorengeki, reduces the opponent's knockback distance, increase the forward travel distance during the move, ease the combo. Okay, so that must be the donkey kick then. Okay, so the Jodan Shoryuken. Okay, so the Ishin is the parry. Okay, so change that the counter judgment will be active, become active of first frame of Ishin. So they basically made his combo better. I mean, they made his V skill better. So basically, okay, so you can actually combo your V trigger, your V skill from the axe kick. Okay, that's crazy. See, this is how I understand things, by doing it like this. I would show it, but my laptop sucks. It doesn't. Yeah, pretty much like my laptop would crash if I tried to put up both of these screens. Like, my laptop can't handle it. Again, the donations to get a better laptop, a desperately needed laptop, is up. Head to the Streamlabs, man. Show your support. So next up we got Ken. Oh great, I can't wait to see this. Okay, his list is short. So he had a knee bash, forward throw, damage increase from 110 to 120. Added 1 frame of recovery after the throw. Good, because with Ken's, like you, I'm gonna leave that be. Yo, why they say they was gonna put a note at the end of everybody, and they didn't put a note at the end of Ryu's or Ken's? I guess some of them just don't need explanation. Some of them self-explanatory. Hail wheel, the backwards throw, got a damage increase. Standing light punch, reduced the upper hitbox. Crouching low punch, push back on hit, slightly decreased. Push back on block, slightly decreased. Reduce the upwards hitbox. So they reduced the overall. They reduced the properties of it. Crouching light kick, increase the pushback on hit. Quick step V skill, damage reduced from 70 to 50. Nerf, stun reduced from 150 to 100. Nerf, added float value for airborne hit. Don't know if that's beneficial or not. It doesn't seem like it would be, but then again, it's on hit. For an airborne hit, added a float value. So, I don't know if that's supposed to give them more combo potential or what. Ease the combo count. I don't know what the hell that's supposed to mean. Expanded the collision box only when performed from Chin Buster second cancel. I don't use Ken, so all you Ken mains and Ken users, you gotta let me know what that's about. Medium Shoryuken, ease the combo count. Still don't know what the hell that's supposed to mean. EX Shoryuken, V trigger, EX Shoryuken. Change so that it can hit opponents who are behind. Wait, what? Why would you purposely make something that it can hit somebody from behind? That don't make. Wait. Am I reading that correctly? During a midair hit. Okay, never mind. I understand what they mean. In the event that it may miss, because I heard some Kens complaining about that. That the Shoryuken does miss during a combo, and it was kind of like sometimes it'll work, sometimes it won't. That's what that's for. So that whatever combo that you do, like it'll actually hit regardless if you're like a little bit behind them or in front of them or not. Like the Shoryuken is less likely to miss now, or they made it so that it won't miss at all. And they have to Shin Shoryuken, ease the combo count, reduce the horizontal knockback distance for max button pressed. Damage reduced from 200 to 180 for max button press version. Nerf. Chun-Li, let's see what she got. Standing light punch and standing medium punch, normal and V trigger. Reduce the upward hitbox. Kushuto, forward throw. Change the distance from the opponent. Okay, so she's gonna, so it's actually gonna get thrown further. What's going on? SB JAX. I have a hard time seeing your name. I'm sorry. Yeah, just going over the patch notes. Let's see. So she's gonna actually throw her forward throw is actually gonna throw him farther. I'm assuming that's supposed to be a good thing for the opponent, because that way it seems like what they're trying to do with that is they're trying to remove some of her pressure. Because if anybody has a lot of pressure in this game, it's Chun-Li. She has a lot. Like with Chun-Li, she has a hell of a lot of pressure, so I guess that's a good thing. The Ran Kyaku, the V skill, so that's the little that little aerial swan jump that she does diagonally can be performed from cancelable moves. Oh, that's interesting. But they decreased the V gauge meter gain from it from 100 to 80. Nerf. Then you got the Yoku Senkyaku. The normal decreased the advantage on crush counter from 19 frames to 18 frames. I want to say that's a buff, but I'm gonna call it a nerf just because I'm on a roll. Recovery increased on whiff from 13 to 18. Nerf. Wait, the alias you set this command to be of Discord alert does not exist. What the hell? Nightbot messing up. I'm gonna have to fix that later. In the Kikosho, change so that the hitbox for the second hit onwards will not disappear when Kikosho collides with the opponent's projectile. Wait, hold on. So again, I don't know her moves, and I really wish that I could show what I'm doing on screen, but my computer will crash. Again, link is in the description for, raising money for a better laptop. This laptop is 10 years old, can't handle what I would like to do. So let me take a look at this move. And the Kinkyosho. Okay, this has a V trigger. That's that. So it's this. So I wonder what they mean by that. Kikosho, okay. Change so that the hitbox for the second hit onwards will not disappear when Kikosho collides with the opponent's projectile. What? Does it hit twice when the V trigger is active? No, it only hits once. So I don't know what they mean by that. That one's confusing. We're gonna move on with our lives. We ain't got all day. Cammy Hurtbox expanded her upwards hurtbox while crouching, so now she can't duck under stuff. Good. Stun increased from 900 to 950. Don't know how I feel about that, but she has low health, so I guess I'll give it a pass. Gyro Clipper, the forward throw, damage increase, stun increase. Oh, stun decrease. Nerf. Delta throw, the backwards throw, damage buff. Crouching low kick, push the increase the pushback on hit. Nerf. Lift upper can be canceled from the Delta ambush and Delta step while V trigger 2 is active. Okay. Now what was our lift upper? Dude, I really hate that I can't show what I'm doing on the game system right now, because that would make this video so much better. But I am trying, dude. I'm trying to save up for a new laptop, but you guys can help get that done a lot faster by donating. By clicking the Streamlabs link in the description. If you're watching this on Twitch, it ought to be at the bottom. Cammy right here. You ought to see like a picture of like a computer right there. But regardless of that, I actually got to take a look at this live. Here we go. Okay, lift upper. So what's that? Is that her target combo? Wait a minute, is that lift up? Oh, that's the backward medium punch. Yeah, back and medium punch, that lift upper. Okay. Can be canceled from Delta M, but okay. Okay. So they're giving her. So you can use it as an anti-air and go into the spin. So they're saying you can do that after her back medium punch. unique normal. Light cannon strike, invincible to airborne attacks, 1 frame to 6 frames. Invincibility got more added frames to it. Don't know if that's supposed to be a good thing or a bad thing. Hey, look, I'm not gonna sit here and lie and act like I know what I'm talking about. If I don't know something, if I don't fully understand it, I'm gonna say it. So some of y'all explain that to me. The V cannon strike, V cannon spike, excuse me, can cancel in the V cannon strike on hit. Okay, that's dope. Giving her more combo potential. Delta step and Delta ambush. That's my bush. Number of V trigger blocks reduced from 3 to 2. Don't know if that's supposed to be helpful or hurtful. The V timer will be completely consumed upon using special moves, Delta step and Delta ambush. Okay, so you can only get 1 shot to use it. Basically, guess they're trying to reduce something. Sound like a nerf to me. Sound like a nerf. Delta twist, expanded the downwards hurt box. Reverse edge, increased damage from 70 to 80. The second attack will be considered a mid attack. That might help. The recovery on block will be the same as on hit, which is what? The recovery on block decreased from 11 to 5, so she's going to recover faster. Active frames, 1 frame and 2 frame will be able to ground it. Will be able to hit grounded opponent. What? So are they saying that she's going to get like an OTG? Okay, I'm assuming that's what that means. Like she's going to be able to do an OTG. Active frames. 1 active frames, 1 frame and 2 frame will be able to hit grounded opponents. So it seems like it's going to be some timing, but I think they're trying to say that you can possibly do like an OTG, either that or you have a better chance of hitting, like, you know, opponents who like remain on the ground for like a extended period of time or something like that. I don't know. Hey, you correct me if I'm wrong. You do it, damn it. M. Bison, this is somebody who needed a nerf, Lord of mercy. Crouching light punch, reduced the upwards hitbox, that's universal. Crouching heavy punch, expanded the upwards hurt box. So that little long reach is getting can be used as an anti-air. Is that what they're telling me? That they gave that crouching heavy punch an anti-air, like they actually corrected that mistake. I didn't even notice that was messed up. Was Bison right here? So this is something that I actually gotta check out. Okay, so his normal that's supposed to act like an anti-air is acting like an anti-air now, basically. The Psycho Impact, forward throw, damage increase, Psycho Burst V reversal. Should start up from 16 frames to 17 frames. Nerf or buff? You decide. EX double knee press. When the second hit connects on a non-lock situation, can cancel into Psycho Crusher or Psycho Judgment. Okay. Psycho Judgment eased the combo count. Still don't know what that eased combo count means, because they said it on a few characters prior to Bison. Psycho Crusher, damage increased when the lower body portion hits from 70 to 100. Buff. Nash, here's somebody who definitely needed a buff because he got virtually nothing. Dragon Superplex, forward throw, damage increase, stun increase, Good. From 120 to 150. Target down, backwards throw, damage increase, standing medium kick. Change so that it will not hit opponents who are behind Nash, only for the base hitbox. Raptor combination, bullet combination. Increase the forward movement distance of the second hit. Okay. Bullet clear, V skill. Increase the advantage on hit from 2 to 5. Ah, that's a buff. Increase the V gauge meter gain from 80 to 100. Buff and buff. I mean, that's something. He ain't have much, but that's something. I mean, that's something to get happy about, right? Moonsault slash. Change the recovery for the first active frame. 1 frame on hit and block will be the same as a 2 frame. Okay. Sonic move, hide. Reduce the recovery by 2 frames. Okay, so that's a buff. Throw the projectile invincible from frames 1 frame through 3. Throw and projectile. Okay, so Sonic move. Throw and projectile invincible from 1 frame to 3. Okay. So that's a buff. That right there is definitely a buff. And you got Justice Corridor. Will not be able to perform stealth dash on whiff. Okay, change the behavior when Nash overtakes the opponent's character. So that's that grab that he does. Then when you do the EX, like he backhands them, then grabs their face, does like a little pulse hit, like a little pulse shock to the face, and then he throws them. So it said change the behavior when Nash overtakes the opponent. Okay. I wonder what that's supposed to mean. I don't know. Like, that's one of those things you actually have to see in action. That's not something that they can just explain to you. So it looked like he getting some necessary buffs, but it was still a few more things he needed. I'm pretty sure people who play Nash more often can tell you, but I don't know anything about it. I'm not gonna pretend. I don't use Nash. I don't use Nasty. Then we got Vega. Easily one of the worst characters in this game, to be honest. Right alongside Fang, even though Fang has a little bit more to work with. Rainbow suplex, damage increase. Crescent line, damage increase. This forward throw and backwards throw, damage increase. Standing light punch and crouching low punch with claw and with no claw reduce the upwards hitbox. Wait, how the hell would this be counted as an anti-air? Even if I take it off. I don't know. That don't make no sense. Why would it be an anti-air anyway? Standing light punch, crouching light punch with claw, no claw, reduced over here on Matador turn, V skill attack. Can cancel into a critical art on block. Okay, so that means that you can like trick some people. You can go for it. They may not be expecting you to do your V skill. Okay, so that'll be something cool to see. Like they block the first hit, they think they can get something off, and then you activate your okay, yeah, that'll be dope. Cause on block you can't do it. Increase the pushback on block. Increase the distance at which it triggers the opponent's blocking motion. Okay. The Bloody Kill, Torero and Bloody Kiss Azul. Damage increased from 100 to 140. Nice. The Light Crimson Terror expanded the forward hitbox for the first hit. The EX Flying Barcelona attack adjusted the input window. Okay. The Flash Arch Rosa addressed the phenomenon where the attack would not connect after a successful parry. Fixed the state where Vega would retain invincibility upon in a neutral state after the attack concluded. So they fixed what they did not do correctly in the first place. Dalsum, we got Yoga Rocket, forward throw, damage buff, standing medium punch and standing medium kick. Ease the combo count. Still don't really get that. I'm assuming it just means you can do it easier. Drill kick. Change so that the move can be performed while using down forward and down backwards diagonal and directional inputs. So they changed the input to that. Yoga Mala V reversal. Start up from 16 to 17 frames. Okay, Yoga Gale. Applied the combo count limit. Alright. Neat. Yoga Burner. Increase the float on hit. That might actually be helpful, because I was having some trouble doing his, it was a combo they wanted you to do in his trials, volume 3, in his volume 3 trials, and I was actually having trouble hitting that. So that's helpful. Increase the horizontal blowback distance on hit. Not bad. Then we got muscle power for you. Zangief. All that taco meat. Standing heavy punch, uncharged version. Change the timing for cancel into V trigger 2. Okay. So you can cancel it. Change the timing for cancel. Okay, so I guess you gotta be a little bit more when they say they changed it, they didn't say if they exactly what they changed about it. Like, I don't know. That's one of those things that for me, like, you're gonna have to play it and see it for yourself from experience instead of just reading about it. Flying headbutt, reduce the stun from 400 to 200. Change the hit effect. Nerf, by the way. Change the hit effect from blowback to midair unrecoverable damage. Okay. Can now be canceled. Okay. So you can cancel stuff. Okay. Cool. Muscle explosion. V reversal. Increase the pushback on hit. Increase the pushback on block. Buff. Tundra Storm, the opponent's stun gauge will not recover during the animation lock. Okay, that's fair. That's fair. The Ash Borsch Dynamite, the V trigger, added a cancel specific action. Interesting. Somebody who needed a nerf. Karin, let's see if they gave it to her. Hajosui, forward throw, damage increase. Arakuma, Inashi, damage increase, reduce recovery after the throw by 2 frames. Gave her more pressure. I think that's what that means. They gave her more pressure. Yeah, they gave her more pressure. As if she needed that. She already got OP normals. Gave her more pressure. Capcom. You just couldn't, could you? Just couldn't help yourself. Just couldn't help yourself. If you can see the way I'm doing my fingers right now. Shame, shame, shame. Jumping heavy punch. Reduce the hurt box. Okay. Rosencho. V reversal. Increase the horizontal blowback distance on hit. Okay. Gurren Kusabi. And that's something else that I noticed, that the V reversals are actually getting like more knockback distance, the blowback distance. So I guess that means that people can't just grab after it hits, because you can grab people out of their V reversals, which at times seem like kind of useless. The Gurren Kusabi changed the attack active frames from 8 to 11. Okay, recovery. Reduce the recovery from 21 frames to 18. Recover quicker. The Mayoken, the charged version included. Uncharged version, damage increase from 60 to 50. Damage decrease from 60 to 50, excuse me. Nerf. Charged version, damage decrease from 80 to 70. Nerf. Charged version, V-gauge meter, gain decrease from 100 to 80. Nerf. Ease the combo count. Still don't really get that. I think I understand it a little bit, but I don't really get it. EX Tenko, damage decreased from 120 to 100. Nerf. EX Orochi, damage increased from 120 to 140. Damn. The Yashin Gashi Tenchi can be performed from cancelable moves. Reduce the recovery by 5 frames for situations where the counter would successfully triggered, where the counter would be successfully triggered, but the attack distance, but the attack didn't hit. So that's the thing. Let me get over here. Oh, did hit. Well, the attack did hit. Okay, reduce the damage for the grounded version from 120 to 100. Nerf R Mika. Crouching medium punch. Increase the horizontal blowback distance for a mid-air hit. The heavy shooting peach. The flying butt press. Change the performance when performed as a cancel from Lady Mika. Rainbow Typhoon, EX Rainbow Typhoon, damage increase from 170 to 180, medium 180, 190. Okay. All right. I'm gonna keep my opinions on that. Some things just shouldn't be said. Birdie, the Bad Skull, stun decrease from 200 to 150. Nerf. Crouching medium punch, active frames reduced from 6 to 5. Nerf. Hopefully I got that right. Nobody calls me out on my ignorance. Recovery increased from 15 to 16. Nerf. Crouching heavy kick. Increase the disadvantage on block from a negative 11 frames to negative 14 frames. Okay, that's a nerf. Man. Oh, man, that's a nerf. That's one hell of a nerf. Expanded the hurt box after the active frames end. Okay. So I'm assuming after the crouching heavy kick, you wouldn't be able to, like, hit people. He wasn't able to get hit. So they made it so that he can get hit, basically. Increase the pushback on block. That's nice. I mean, at least he still has somewhat of a neutral game, because he has one of the better neutral games in Street Fighter 5. Excuse me, in Laggy Gimmick 5. I got to keep reminding myself to call it that, because that's exactly what it is. Laggy Gimmick 5. But he increased his the pushback on block. So then you got Pepper Pot. The startup increased from 16 to 17. Okay. Nikali, my old main. Let's see. What did they do to him? Hopefully they didn't hurt his feelings too bad. Standing light punch, then crouching light punch. Reduce the upwards hitbox. Can't be used as an anti-air now. At least not as much as it was. Soul Stealer. Regular version, damage increase from 110 to 120. V-Trigger version, 120 to 130. Okay, cool. Soul Discriminator. Backwards throw. Damage increase from 100 to 110. V-Trigger version, 110, 120. The Valiant Rebellion. The blowback on counter hit was changed to be the same as the regular version. Okay, they already said that. The blow on counter hit was changed to be the same as regular version. Okay, so he doesn't have as much blowback. All right, whatever. The EX Variant Rebellion. I'm assuming that's his uppercut. You know, like they named his moves kind of weird. Like the Variant Rebellion. I don't know if that's supposed to be like the stump, because I ain't used Nikali in like so many months now. Like since I dropped him, that I don't even remember whether or not that's supposed to be like his stump or if that's supposed to be his DP. We're gonna find out right now though. I want to say that the Valiant Rebellion is supposed to be his stump. So push back. So is that his DP or what? Let's see. Yeah, that's his stump. Okay, so his stump got Pushback on hit slightly decreased. That's kind of sad. The first hit can be canceled in the V trigger. Well, I guess that's kind of helpful. I mean, considering it's the EX version, they can do that for that. The EX guidance disc guidance. That's the little charge, that little flying charge. The damage distribution changed from 150. It went from 35 plus 35 plus 80 to 150. 40 plus 40 plus 7. What? It still comes out to be 150. I don't know. I don't really get that. Whatever. It's just the damage distribution. Oh, for each hit. You know, so like I mean, I don't understand though, because if you hit them, it's still going to even out to be 150 though. Like, what was the purpose of doing that? I don't know. Maybe I'm just looking at it different. That's an EX version where he runs and he like slashes twice and then he goes into his little charge and dive. The stun distribution got changed to 200 to 200. Well, I guess it evens out each hit. I guess I'm gonna just look at it like that. The second hit can be canceled in the V trigger. Okay, so that'll be something crazy. That'd be crazy to see a combo like off of that. Increase the pushback on the second hit. Is the pushback not good enough? I don't know. I don't get that. Well, that probably will give him more of like a wall carry, which I think is good because the Kali actually has some good pressure when his opponent's in the corner. Clouded Mirror. Increase the cancellation window when the canceling from accumulated power and sacrificial altar, which is okay. That's his ground pound. Increases the cancellation window when canceling from accumulated power and sacrificial altar. Okay. That's his target combo and his ground pound, his V skill. Pushback slightly decreased for the max charge version. And increased the active frames after landing for the max charge from 4 to 7. That's good. So that's almost like a frame trap. That's almost like a frame trap, if I'm not mistaken. But again, correct me if I'm wrong. Then we got Soul Offering. Added collision boxes for after the move ends. Wait, what? I guess he didn't have it before. That's weird though. He didn't have it before. Oh, okay. I see what they mean. Now here goes somebody. Rashid. Of the Turbulent what the fuck. He got a stun decrease, nerf from 1,000 to only about 50 though. That's not much. Like, why not just do a whole 100? Never mind. He got a stun decrease from 1,000 to 950, which is really nothing. Like, he ain't gonna feel that. He really not. Like, they could have did it by like 150, like if they really wanted to nerf him. But trust me, they not gonna feel that at all. The Riding Glider forward throw added 2 frames of recovery after the throw, trying to reduce his pressure. Rising Sun, the backwards throw, stun decrease from 200 to 150. Nerf. Standing light kick, advantage on hit decrease from +4 frames to +2. Nerf. Advantage on block. Well, no, that's actually a buff. Excuse me. I just got kind of excited for that. Advantage on block decrease from 2 frames to 1 frame. Oh, wait a minute. No, that is a nerf. I had it right the first time. Nerf. And then he got another nerf. It's now a cancelable. So, in exchange to the recovery frames being nerfed, excuse me, the advantage on block, excuse me, in exchange for the advantage on block being nerfed, they actually made it a more cancel. They actually made it into a move you can cancel from. Standing heavy punch, advantage on block increased from. Oh man, they made that highly unsafe. Block recovery is now reduced by. That's almost too nasty to even read. Let's move on. Man, that was almost like some pornography, man. We can't. Yeah, man, we gotta be careful with some of this stuff they trying to put on here. Standing medium kick, recovery increased from 15 to 17. Okay. Advantage on hit reduced from 2 frames to 1. All right. Disadvantage on block increased from 2 to 4. Nerf expanded the forward hitbox. All right. Like they doing so far. I'm enjoying the balance changes. The crouching medium kick cancel timing from Isafia. Esfia. Delayed by 3 frames. Okay. Cancel the timing from Esfila. Delayed by 3 frames. Alright. Crouching heavy punch. Reduce the recovery for the first hit on block by 3 frames. The flap spin. Reduce the recovery for the first hit on block by 3 frames. Sped up the startup of the second hit by 1 frame. Okay. So it just comes out quicker. Alright, that's not bad. That's not bad. The wall jump off, increase the interval between clinging to the wall and jump by 2 frames. Okay. And I guess they're trying to reduce the wall jump. Reduce it? Because they increase the interval between clinging. Yeah, like, so you're pretty much going to be on the wall longer, which pretty much sounds dangerous. That sounds dangerous. I don't know. I guess they're trying to reduce his crossover. I don't know. That one right there is like. That one seems bad. That one seems bad. The light spinning mixer push back slightly decreased for the rapid button press version. Landing recovery on whiff increased from 11 to 6 on whiff. No change to recovery on hit or block. Okay, block stop for the third hit increase by 4 frames. Okay, light eagle spike sped up the startup when performed at close range. Okay, so it just comes out faster. EX eagle spike change so that Rashid will bounce off the opponent when blocked, because that one just used to go through. EX V eagle strike. I guess that's when. That must be like the aerial one. Wait, the Eagle Spike. Okay, I know I understand what they mean. That's the one that way goes like back and forth. Damage decrease from 400 to 140 to 100. That's a hit. Nerf. Stun decrease from 200 to 150. That's a nerf. V airborne eagle spike. Damage decreased from 120 to 100. Nerf. Stun decrease 200 to 150. Such a nerf. EX version. Damage decrease. Nerf. Stun decrease. From 200 to 150. Nerf. Advantage on block decrease from 1 frame to -2. Ooh. That's nasty. That's gonna be risky. So I mean, you can't just do it without worrying about getting hit. And they increase the pushback on block. Ooh, they're gonna be in trouble. Got the V whirlwind shot. Damage reduced from 1 Damage reduced from 80 to 60. All right. Damage reduced from, yeah, that's a nerf, man. EX V Whirlwind Shot. Damage reduced, man, 120 to 100. Stun reduced from 200 to 160. Altair. Invincibility frames changed to 1 through 17 frames. Well, I guess that's, they, spayed and neutered Rashid. And they decreased damn near everything. The only thing they did was they, damn, like they, whew, man, that's, yeah, man, that's almost kind of hard to read. Got the Laura, the celluloid throw, added 2 frames of recovery after throw, trying to reduce that pressure. Slightly increase the separation distance upon the landing of the throw in the corner. Okay, so I don't know if that means she's gonna move back some, but basically what I guess they're trying to reduce that pressure after that throw. Standing medium punch reduce the backwards hitbox. Wait, what? I don't know what a standing medium punch is. Reduce the backwards hitbox. I guess that means you can jump over it now and not have to worry about getting hit. I guess. Okay. Standing medium kick. Increase the advantage on hit from 3 to 4. Okay, so now it's safe. Crouching heavy kick. Recovery increased on whiff and on block by 2 frames. So it's not as safe anymore. Linear movement. Avante linear movement. Esquiva linear movement in Flint's Spark Show version is now subject to counter hit. Ha! Nerf. Expand the collision boxes in an upward direction during the move. Can only be performed from Thunderclap. Make it clap. Linear movement. Esquiva attack Spark Show version. Startup increase from 34 frames to 32. Okay. It's got double slap. Startup increase from 16 to 17. EX Sunset Wheel. That's a V skill. Wait, is it something? No, that's a throw. Expanded the forward hitbox for the second active throw frame. Okay. Matsuda Sway. I believe that's the other V trigger. Let me get right here. The Matsuda Sway change so that dodging motion will not consume V timer gauge. I think that's fair. Like if the move should actually lose timer gauge if it hits, like not if you dodge first. The shock choke V timer consumption amount increased from 150 to 1,000. From 500 to 1,000. Fix the phenomenon where Laura would have a hurt box during the move's animation. Fix the phenomenon. In other words, when we fix where we fucked up. Fang, somebody who needs everything that they can give them. Standing light punch, reduce the upwards hitbox. So again, universal change. Shimansu, forward throw, added 2 frame recovery, trying to reduce that pressure. Shishi Rui, ease the combo count. Still don't know what the hell that means. Nikaiho, increased the overall movement frames from 30 to 31. Added a hurt box from 26 to 31 frames. Okay, so I'm assuming that Nikaiho, that's supposed to be like his little slide. I'm assuming that's supposed to be something. Yeah, that's supposed to be something helpful. Alex, somebody who's also at the bottom of the barrel. Well, he's kind of mid tier. But leg tomahawk, backwards throw. Damage increase, standing light punch, and of course, upwards hitbox reduced. Increase the active frames from 2 to 3. Okay. Reduce the recovery frames from 8 to 7. Nice. So he's going to recover from it faster, which is always good. Standing heavy kick will force their opponent to stand on hit. Okay. Wait a minute. So they weren't standing before? I've been hit by a couple of these. Like, you're not going to sit here and act like I don't, you know. I know what I'm talking about. I don't use Alex, so I don't really know. But to my knowledge, they was already standing. Oh, never mind, because they're going to that little crumple state. So I'm assuming it means that you know, whatever would miss as a result of them doing that, it's not going to miss anymore. All right, so overall, like a standing light punch is better. Standing heavy kick will force the opponent to stand on hit. Like, even if I hit, yeah, he goes into that crumple state, especially if it's a counter hit. Yes. I wonder what it's like. Let me take the counter hit off. Where's the counter hit? Never mind. Crouching low punch. Reduce the upwards hitbox. Okay, universal. Crouching heavy punch. Increase the float on hit. So his shoulders, his little 2-hit shoulder tackle. Increase the float on hit. So now you got more time to do his little knee press or to go into wherever. You can combo into more things now because now he's going to knock him into a juggle state. Lariat can be canceled. That's helpful. I mean, you know, to the Alexes, considering that you can now like just kind of get people thrown off, thinking that you're finna do some of that you can cancel out of it and like trick them into you maybe using their super. Yeah, that right there is actually gonna be like a good bait tool. Chop. Increase the disadvantage on block from 6 to 8, so it's not helpful. It's not as won't recover as fast. Flying cross chop, ease the height restriction at which the move can now be performed. Ease the combo count. Increase the float for midair hit. Okay, so at least you'll be able to combo into something after. You can hit them with something else if it's a midair hit. Big boot. Startup increase from 16 to 17. So the big boot, that's not going to be. I don't know. I don't think he's going to feel that too much. The medium flash chop reduce the startup time, so that's going to come out quicker, from 19 to 18 frames. Heavy flash chop, damage increase from 90 to 100. Always good to see. Heavy air knee smash, ease the combo count, delay the timing at which the move where he can move again after hit by 4 frames. Okay, so again, kind of removing that pressure. Increase the separation and distance after hit. Okay. No problem with that. I'm not arguing with that. Rage boost. Reduce the collision box on startup. Choke sleeper. Throw hitbox startup. Reduce from 6 frames to 5. The flying DDT. Damage decrease from 190 to 180. Nerf. Sped up the startup time. Sped up the startup by 3 frames when performed as a cancel. Okay, cool. Then we have Guile. Lord, please let them increase the charge timing on that damn flash kick. Dragon suplex forward throw. Damage increased from 120 to 130. Stun increased from 120 to 150. Damn. As if he needed any buff on a damn throw. Reverse knuckle back knuckle. Start up at 16 to 17. Recovery increased by 2. So if somebody hits them and they block it, I'm assuming that's that's not good. Sonic boom, pushback on block slightly decrease, which is good because people that like to spam sonic booms, they can't just push you back into a corner that you're trying to work your way out of. Nice edge cannot be activated by V trigger cancel. Then a regular sonic boom, no changes to the EX version. Alright, somersault kick. Increase the horizontal blowback distance on hit. Change so that the condition after the active frames cause counter hit for regular, medium, and heavy. And the EX versions are the same as the regular version. Okay, cool. So now you can get punished. Trying to somersault kick me, miss. Get that crush feel. EX somersault kick, increase the horizontal blowback distance on hit. Said that already. The V trigger EX somersault kick, decrease the invincibility period from 31 to 11. Nerf. I hope that is. Sonic Hurricane, change so that the attack startup, until the attack startup, Guile's body is not pushed into movement. Expanded the collision boxes in the forward direction until directly before attack startup. Sonic Tempest, change so that Guile isn't pushed into a different position until the attack startup. Okay, that's helpful to them. Ibuki, Yami Kazura forward throw, damage increase 120 to 130. Kubiori, damage increase from 140 to 150. Jumping heavy kick, expanded the downwards hitbox. Expanded the downwards hurt box. Okay. The Kazi Kiri, changed the damage for the last hit only to on 70. The Hanagasumi startup increase from 15 to 17. Decrease the active frames from 13 to 4. Damn. But they just shut that down, huh? They just knocked that number down completely. 13 to 4. Man, damn, that's nearly half. That's pretty much, that's more than half of it. God, Jesus. Damn, Capcom, reduce the hitbox. Increase the log's movement speed. Change the uniformly -2 on block. Change to be uniformly to -2 on block. Push back on block slightly decreased. Man, I don't know if this is supposed to mean that it just don't make sense to even bother with the move, with the V reversal, or if they made it better. Like, I don't know, because some of this stuff look kind of iffy. That's kind of iffy. The Fuma Shuriken Haku, damage reduced from 100 to 80. And Fuma Shuriken Kofu, damage increased from 100 from 80 to 100. Okay, I guess that's all right. Ball Raw, Dirty Bomber, his throw increased from 130 to 140. The Buffalo Head increase from 16 to 17. And you got the heavy Screw Smash. Reduced the startup from 24 to 23. Slightly increased the forward movements distance. So he's going to be able to push you into a corner, basically. Either that, or he's going to be able to get around those fireballs easier, or projectiles. Period. Beat 3 upon V-Trigger 2 activation can be canceled from Hard Smasher, Hard Pressure, Buffalo Swing, and Buffalo Pressure. The recovery, when performed from the second hit of Under Impact, was different than that of Crazy Rush, so it was fixed to be consistent with Crazy Rush. Yeah, at least you fix your problems. The BC No Mercy will combo when performed from a cancelable move, normal move on hit. A cancelable normal move on hit. Changed, reduced the recovery after the throw. Wow, typo. After the throw by 8 frames. Changed the status after a hit in the corner to be about the same as in the middle of the screen. Expanded the forward hitbox only when performed from a cancel. Okay. Watch out for his grabs. Jury. Damage increased from 120. Damage increased from 110 to 120. Added 2 frames of recovery after the throw, trying to reduce that pressure. Standing low punch, light punch. Standing heavy kick, reduce the downwards hurt box. Jumping heavy kick. Increase the amount of EX meter gain when performed as a chain combo during the Feng Shui Engine Alpha from 30 to 50. All right. Man. You know what? I'm not even going to pronounce that. Her V trigger, her V reversal. Start up from 15 to 17. Okay. Increase the pushback distance on block. Okay, so it's gonna knock him back, but still, like, she using that's kind of like, yeah, that's, I don't know. I feel like her V reversal is kind of unsafe on block. You know, whereas some people, they can actually get away with having theirs on block. I don't know. The Fuhai Yuriyaku, the normal with V trigger. Normal V-trigger damage decrease from, so she got a nerf as if she needed them. I mean, Jury need all the buffs she can get. She had them, but it's like nobody was using her. Yeah, Urian, this is my guy right here. Spartan Bomb. Stun increased from 120 to 150. The forward throw. Spartan Bomb backwards throw. Stun decrease from 200 to 150, which is fair. Like, I'm not mad at that, considering that if you end up putting them in a corner with that, then I guess that's, you know, that's fair. You know, standing light punch. Recovery increased from 9 frames to 10 frames. No changes to recovery on hit or block. All right. Light kick, standing light kick, increased advantage on hit increased from 3 to 4. Okay, cool. Advantage on block increased from 2 to 3. Thank you. Increase the pushback on hit and block. Not mad at that one. Not mad at that one. Standing heavy punch. Reduce the opponent's pushback distance on crush counter. So I guess he can get him in a corner a lot easier if he hits him on crush. That's more of like a push. Crouching heavy punch. Crouching light punch. Let me turn this down because my eyes are kind of sensitive right now. kind of messing up my own self. Recovery increased from 8 frames to 9 frames. No changes to the recovery on hit or block. Reduced the upwards hitbox. Crouching medium kick delayed the cancel timing for each version of Tyrant's Blaze by 2 frames. Coral kick increased the advantage on hit from +1 to +3. Okay, terrible smash. Increase the disadvantage on block. So that's really not that's not too safe. Pushback on block slightly decreased, so you got to be more careful with that one. The break rush increase the disadvantage on block from -6 to -8. Pushback on block slightly increased. Okay. I guess they tried to make it a little bit safer on block, but it's not going to be that. Because looking at everybody else's, I mean, that's dangerous. Tyrant pressure. Change the length of the V. Oh, okay, so his V gauge actually lasts longer now. Tyrant Blaze. Increase the horizontal blowback distance for the second attack on hit. Increase the V timer consumption from. Oh man. So you won't be able to use it as much. I don't know. So it seems like you only be able to use it twice now. At least that's what it's looking like. Slightly increase the forward hitbox. Tyrant Blaze V skill uncharged version. Increase the V timer consumption from. Okay, I already read that. Decrease the recovery for the first hit by 4, only by 4 frames. Change to have armor properties until 8 frames after the first hit. Expanded the forward hitbox. Tyrant Blaze increased the V timer consumption for 800 from 800 to 1200 frames. Changed the armor properties to have 3 until after the first hit. Expanded the hitbox, and they got the anger snap fist startup increase from 16 to 17. All right, cool. So they tried to make the V triggers more useful, basically. Now that I'm reading it, I'm getting more of a gist of what they were trying to do. Akuma, the glass cannon. His Hokai Gosai, I don't know what that's supposed to be. Behavior on whiff unified with the EX version. Guess it wasn't before. The standing light punch reduced the upwards hitbox. Standard medium kick. Recovery increased from 16 to 18. Note no changes to disadvantages, advantages. Alright, whatever. Crouching light punch. Reduce the upwards hitbox. Good. Crouching heavy punch. Recovery increased from 16 to 20. So now they can't just throw it out there like crazy, thinking you gonna get it blocked, and then all of a sudden you think ain't nothing gonna happen to you. The Gosen Kyuku, the V reversal, the startup increased the horizontal blowback distance, so it pushes them back more. The EX Goshioryu expanded the collision boxes for the Shoryu on hit, making it harder for an opponent to fall behind Akuma during midair. So that little glitch that used to happen, where you used to do the dragon punch and they used to go to the other side, but it'll still hit. That was a glitch. Like they fixed that. Shiretsu Hashai can no longer cancel Go Hadoken in the EX Go Hadoken. So his fire. Okay. So his fireballs. Like whatever that Shiretsu Sahara. I don't know if that's supposed to be like the demon flip. Yeah, you can't. I guess you can't cancel into it. I don't know what that is. The Dohatsu Shoten Shigetsu Hashi Fix the phenomenon where upon canceling into from certain special moves, Okuma retained invincibility frames while being able to move. Sakia Kuritsuha. Like the Japanese names for these moves is kind of throwing me off, so forgive me if I don't know them like right off the bat. Change so that the collision boxes will not move forward during recovery, which is good. If that's what I think it is, then good. Increase the amount of EX gauge his opponent will gain on hit from 60 to 100. Oh, okay. Or is that his Raging Demon? Okay. Assuming that's what it is. Oh no, this is critical art. I think this is critical art. Okay, so for all that damage that he do with that, the opponent can't he can't just hit him without the opponent getting something. Let's see how many more people I have. I ain't got too many. Abigail, and I think Blanca was the last one on the list. Yep. So next up, yeah, cause my throat hurting a little bit. I'm not gonna front. We have Colin, the pressure ridge. Got a damage increase on the throw. Disadvantage on the block from -2 to -4 to -4. Gotta be careful with that more. Crouching light punch. Upward hitbox decrease. Reduces the ability to use it as an anti-air. Crouching medium kick. Upwards hitbox reduced. Expanded the upward hitbox, excuse me. Crouching light kick, I think I missed that one. Delayed the timing for canceling into absolute 0 by 3 frames. Okay, so they can't do it right away, but they can still do it. Crouching medium kick, expanded the upward hurt box. Delayed the timing for canceling into absolute 0 by 3 frames. Reduced the backwards hitbox. Reduced the active frames from 3 to 2. Okay. Crouching heavy kick. I ain't gonna lie, my head is hurting because I don't really talk this much, but I'm gonna go ahead and get through this. Unified the cancel. Oh, excuse me. Unified the cancel timing for Diamond Dust and Absolute Zero Frost Edge for the first hit for both hit and block. Unified the cancel timing for Diamond Dust Absolute Frost Edge for the second hit and block. Cold Low unified the cancel timing for Diamond Dust Absolute Frost Edge for the first hit on both hit and block. Unified the cancel timing for Diamond Dust Absolute Zero Frost Edge for the second hit for both hit and block. Okay. The Brinicle. Because obviously we have the Brinicle of this video. Unified the cancel timing for the Diamond Dust Absolute Frost Edge for both hit and block. Recovery increased for the normal and V-trigger versions on hit by 5 frames. Frost Spike can cancel into Absolute Zero on block. Snow Grain unified the cancel timing for Diamond Dust Absolute Zero Frost Edge on block. Increased the V-timer consumption from 500 to 100, except when used from a dash change, so that it will not hit opponents who are behind Conan. Good. Lord knows that was an annoyance. Change so that it will not hit opponents from behind Conan. Only applies to grounded opponents. Has no effect on their juggle combos. Damn. Jumped up too soon. Diamond Dust. Damage increased 90 to 120. Good. Oh man, that's a jump in damage. That's a jump in power. In power. That's a jump in power. Forward dash. Increase the V-timer consumption from 500 to 700. I won't be able to dash around it as much. Increase slash V trigger, the counter, decrease the advantage on hit from +3 to +2, so they can't just spam it now. Decrease the disadvantage on block from 7 to 8. Again, can't just spam it now. You actually got to know what you're doing, because people like to throw that out like crazy. Frost Tower, decrease the amount of EX gauge on her opponent, and her opponent will gain on hit from 20 to 100. Buff. Shebus. And we got Manat. Let's see. Overflowing Nile. Forward throw, barehanded, crystal ball. 1 frame recovery after throw, trying to reduce that pressure. And she's not going to feel that. That's just going to be like a slight bee sting. Standing light punch, crystal ball. Expanded the downwards hitbox of the crystal ball. Standing HK, barehanded crystal ball, reduce the backwards hitbox. Base the hitbox only, will not hit opponents who are behind or not. The common kick. That's that Dalsum imitation, no spiral kick. Change so that the move can be performed using downward backwards. So basically, they did the same thing with Dalsum. Yeah, so they did to her what they did to Dalsum, basically. Soul Reflect, come on, barehanded. V gauge meter gain increase from 50-25 to 80-40. Okay, not bad. Can cancel into Wisdom of Thoth, Prophecy of Thoth. Okay, not cool. That's a barehanded version now. That's good. Soul Reflect, meter gauge increase from 80-40 to 150. Can cancel into Wisdom of Thoth. Nice. They want more combo potential. Soul Reflect, barehanded. V gauge meter gain increase from 50 to 25 to 80 to 40. Reduce the hurt box. Fix the phenomenon where if a knot was attacked before the hitbox became active, she would take standing damage. Well, I'm glad they fixed that. They still calling it a phenomenon though. Like, ain't no phenomenon. You had a bug and tested right in the first place. But you cancel into Wisdom of Thoth, Prophecy of Thoth. Oh, Thoth. Oh man, you're such a Thoth. Soul Reflect, Stella, Crystal Ball, V gauge meter gain increased from 50-25 to 100-50. Okay, not bad. Reduce the hurt box. Can cancel into Wisdom of Thoth, Prophecy of Thoth. Oh, Thoth. Guardian of the Sun, EX Guardian of the Sun, EX Guardian of the Sun. Change the command from forward, down, forward, plus punch, 2 punches to forward, down, forward. Okay, so they changed it from her punches to her kicks. I guess that's supposed to help make things easier for some of her combos, which I'm not mad at all. EX Guardian of the Sun changed the invincibility timing from 6 frames to 5. Okay, cool. Soul Spark. Change the command from forward, down, forward to plus punch to down, forward kick. Okay. All right, let's see what they're doing. Yeah, they're trying to make some of her moves easier to do. Reduce the damage from 100 to 80, nerf. Reduce the stun from 200 to 150, nerf. Increase the chip damage from 7 to 13, nearly double. Then we got Ed, Mr. Ed. Standing light punch, reduce the upwards hitbox. Crouching light punch, reduce the upwards hitbox. Okay, so it reduces normals. Crouching medium punch. Reduce the advantage on block from 3 to 2. Better be careful with that now. Crouching hard punch, reduce the damage from 90 to 80. Note, damage on the extended part reduced from 80 to 70. When triggered, a crush counter on an airborne opponent, the float value has been made the same as the crush counter on a grounded opponent. Alright, cool. So you just got to be more precise with your movements. Kill step, increase the overall movement from 29 to 31. Added a hurt box from 26 frames to 31 frames. Psycho Splash, EX Psycho Splash, increased the move delay from Psycho Rising by 5 frames. Alright. So Ground Snatcher, reduce the V trigger gauge, the V gauge meter gain for the non-charge version from 100 to 80. Reduce the V gauge meter gain for the charge version from 120 to 100. Change the motion hit for the non-charge version. Added 2 frames of recovery for the non-charge version on hit. Change so that the first hit counts as a counter hit. The counter hit effects will carry over to the second hit. Reduce the recovery on whiff for the charge version. Charge versions from 57 to 40 frames. Okay, reduce the recovery on whiff for the charge version from 50. So basically, like, if it whiffs, like, she'll recover faster, basically. So they dropped it by 17. So hopefully that's helpful. Psycho Snatcher in the air, reduce the recovery on whiff for a charge version, 50 to 40. Expanded the downwards hitbox for a non-charge version. Change so that if the first hit counts as a counter hit, the counter effects will carry over to the second hit. Okay, nice. V-trigger gain meter distribution has been changed in accordance with the damage. Dude, I'm really getting a major headache right now. Oh, man. I ain't never read too much like this before. Whatever, man. We're gonna keep it going. Psycho Cannon. Dude, I'm feeling dizzy right now. Like, I'm really feeling dizzy. Psycho Cannon. Damage increased from 100 to 150. Reduced the startup from 16 frames to 13 frames when the move is performed with the upward input. Deleted the hurt box during the screen freeze. Enhanced Snatcher reduced the recovery by 3 frames when performed from a cancel. Deleted the hurt box during the screen freeze. Okay. Ultra Snatcher ground on block will deal real chip damage instead of recoverable gray damage, which is nice. Added a projectile nullifying hitbox aside from the attack hitbox. Expanded the horizontal hitbox for the first active frame. Reduced the recovery. The horizontal hurtbox reduced the amount of V timer consumption from 1500 to 13, so they're not gonna be used up as much. Ultra Snatcher Air expanded the hitbox for the attack active frames from 1 frame to 3 frames. Changed the position of the hitbox for the attack active frames from 4 to 7. Reduced the amount of V timer consumption from 1500 to 13. We'll use less of that. Psychic Barrage increased the amount of EX gauge meter gain the opponent gets from 75 to 100. So more hit gauge for the guy getting beat up. It don't matter. That hit gauge, that meter ain't gonna mean nothing if it's game over. That's how I look at it. Vitality reduced from, okay, so he got a health buff, a health nerf. He got a stun nerf from 1100 on health to 1075. Stun from 1075 to 10 from 1050 to 1075, so stun got increased. Hurt box shape changed the height of his hurt box and collision box for spinning knockdown damage. Red leaf forward throw. Increase the space distance on hit. Excuse me, turn that up. My laptop finna overheat and damn near crash on me. Standing light kick. Increase startup from 59 frames to drop to this damn thing. Shit. Anyway, standing light kick. Startup increase from 5 to 7, from 5 to 6. Increase the pushback on block. Standing heavy punch V trigger. Stun decrease for the charge version of 100 to 150. Crouching low punch. Light punch. Startup increase from 50 to 6. 5 frames to 6. Reduce the downward hurt box for the second and third active frames. Recovery increased from 10 to 12. Remove the counter hit judgment after the attack startup. Crouching heavy punch. Stun increased for the charge from 200 to 150. Vroom vroom. Increased pushback on hit. Abby hammer. Change so that the third active frame will be a downed opponent. Will hit a downed opponent. Okay, Abby blaster. Stun decrease for the charge version. 200 to 150. Good. Since it has armor breaking properties. Defense breaking properties. If that's the move I believe it is. Abby twist stun decrease for the charge version. 200 to 150. Ontario drop. Startup increased from 6. Startup increased from 16 to 17. Reduce the opponent's blowback. EX giant flip. Damage decreased from 120 to 80. Nerf. Stun decrease from 200 to 150. Oh, dude, like something just hit me like a ton of bricks. Man, I gotta get through this. Okay, H. Medium and hard punch. Abigail smash. Made the situation after hit the same as light. Abigail smash. Expanded the hurt box during recovery. EX. Abigail smash. Damage decreased from 100 to 80. Nerf. Expanded the hurt box during recovery. Bay Area Sunrise. Added 4 frames of recovery after throw. Taking away that pressure. EX Bay Area Sunrise. Increased the separation distance on it after hit. Added 3 frames of recovery after the throw. Hybrid charge. Fixed the phenomenon where the advantage disadvantage when performed as a cancel from certain regular moves was different than that of max power. Metro crash on block. Opponents take actual damage instead of recoverable damage. Okay. Cool. Reduce the upwards hurt box. Enforce combo count restrictions on the non-charge version. Damage increased for the non-charge version from 120 to 150. Stun increased for the non-charge version 150 to 200. Damage increase for the charge version 170 to 200. Damage increase for the max charge version 220 to 250. Abigail punch. Enforced combo count restrictions. Increased the knockdown time for the first hit. Increased stun decrease on the rapid button press version from 180 to 120. Stun decrease for the rapid button press from 200 to 150. Added 8 frame of recovery for the rapid button press light and hard. 7 frame of recovery for the rapid button press medium. They're trying to get you to use the medium version more. Not that it matters. Increase the knockdown for the time first hit for the first hit. Change the blowback on the first hit counter. Be the same as regular hit version. Decrease damage increase for non-rapid button presses 300 to 140. Same, pretty much same as pretty much the same same deal. It's just balance change. Recovery increase for the rapid button press by 8 frames. Oh, bro, I'm starting to feel it. We're almost done though. We're almost done. Come on, push through, push through. Okay, set the forward throw and damage increased 120, 140. Raiju backwards throw 120, 160. Stun increase from 150 to 200. Increase the EX meter gain from 80 to 100. Standing LP. Reduce the upwards hitbox. Jumping HP. Change the hitboxes and hurt boxes in the match. The change in the motion. Expanded the forward hitbox. Deleted the forward hurt box. Reduced the expanded the hurt box. Reduced and expanded the hurt box. Tempo Kari. Change so that it does not build the EX gauge on hit or block. Man, my eyes are starting to. Yeah, my eyes are killing me right now. I'm not feeling too good right now, bro. I mean, really, I'm not. Yeah, I'm gonna need to give me some water after this because this really is making me feel bad. Let's get through it though. Oh, my throat feels like it's on fire though. Change so that the does not build EX gauge on hero block. Damage increased from 80 to 90. Expanded the upwards hitbox to start up on the second hit. Expanded the upwards hitbox for the second hit. Active frames on the second hit increased from 2 frames to 4 frames. Toshi reversal. Toshi reversal. Attack startup 17 to 12. Comes out quicker. Or it doesn't come out as quick. Change the opponent's reaction from blowback to stagger on hit. Increase the pushback on block. Bushin Shio. Ease combo. Heavy Bushin Show. Fixed the phenomenon where heavy Bushin Show only, the projectile nullifying hitbox will not be generated. EX Bushin Show recovery increased from 20 to 21. No changes in advantages or disadvantages. Each horizontal. Startup reduced from 27 to 26. Damage increased from 180 to 100. Ease the combo count. Oh man, I'm starting to feel it now. EX is Ashikari. Stun increase from 150 to 200. E is the combo count. Gekko is the combo count. EX Gekko. Stun increase from 150 to 200. Is the combo count. Shukamio to be canceled into from show horizontal Akari. Hit only. Oh damn. That's a lot to read. A Daten, the first normal move performed from a Daten can be canceled. Invincibility, timing change from 6 frames to 3. Karua and Tenzan changed the movement distance from the initial startup. Changed from one-time usage to timer type. Added the special move for Karua Tenzan. Damage decreased from 180 to 140. Stun decreased from 200 to 150. On hit, reduce the opponent's blowback by 3 frames on hit. Change the opponent's invincible until active frames in. Batsu Gaisei. Increase the amount of EX meter gain for the opponent upon hit from 60 to 100. Damn, we got another one that got like, damn, dude. Oh, shit. This is a lot. I'm looking at the amount, and I'm just like, I'm trying to see if there's a way I can do this faster. Because I need to lay down. Not to be lazy, but I really need to lay down. Like, I really feel like sick. Hanakaze forward throw. Added 1 frame of recovery after the throw. Increased the separation upon landing the throw in the corner. Sakura's shoulder throw. Damage increased from 440 to 150. Sailor hop. Air throw. Damage increased from 140 to 160. Landing recovery on whiff. Increased from 4 frames to 6 frames. Harukaze can be canceled from cancelable normal moves. Tengyo Hadouken. Charge version Hadouken. You can. I don't even know. Like, I can't even think right now, dude. Like I'm really feeling it right now. Yeah, I'm really feeling it right now. Oh man, this ain't good. This ain't good. Turn it down just a little bit more. I don't even know where the hell I left off. Standing light punch, reduced the upper's hitbox. Standing low kick, reduced frames, reduced from 4 to 3. Adjusted the motion due to the change above. Hitboxes were adjusted accordingly. Crouching medium punch, advantage on hit increased from 2 to 4. From 2 +2 to +5. Pushback hit slightly decreased. Pushback on block slightly decreased. Furuyuko upper. Expanded to forward. Hitbox for the first active frame. Move the hitbox forward for active frame 3. Active frame 3 will no longer trigger a crush counter. Reduce the backward hurtbox. Sakura Otoshi. Change the stun distribution from 140 to 1. Yeah, like that. Dude, my head hurts. Yeah, I need to lay down after this. I feel like I'm gonna throw up. Change the V trigger gauge meter distribution from 75. You guys do that math. Oh man. Damage increased from the Okakyaku 60 to 80. Floral spin startup increased for 15 to 17. Pushback slightly decreased. Hogasho reduced the hitbox, added 5 frame of recovery on whiff. H Shinpokyaku. Damage increased from 80 to 100. Reduced the startup from 25 to 24. Expanded the hurt box for the second hit. Hadouken. Damage increased from 50 to 60. Okay. Well, that's good. Yeah, Hadouken damage increased from 100 to from 80 to 100. Startup decreased from 17 to 14. changed the overall movement frames from 48 frames to 45, expanded the forever hitbox, now can be canceled into V-trigger. V Hadoken changed the overall movement frames from 45 to 42, expanded the forward hitbox, adjusted the combo count. Hadoken, V Hadoken charge. Hold up. Oh man, I'm starting to feel it right now. V Hadoken charge changed the overall movement frames from 75 to 60, increased the advantage on block from +3 to +10. So it's safe now. Super safe. Expanded the forward hitbox, Tengyou Hadoken, reduced the damage from 70 to 60, changed the overall movement frames from 57 to 45. Changed the opponent's blowback on hit, expanded the forward hitbox, changed it so that it will not hit the crouching. If crouching opponent, changed to cause a knockdown on hit. Active frames changed from 24 to 27. EX Tengyou Hadoken reduced the attack active frames from 17 to 15. Changed the overall movement frames from 55 frames to 45. Increase the float on hit, change so that it will not crouch on a crouching, or not hit a crouching opponent. Now can be canceled into V-trigger. Tengyou Hadoken V-trigger version. Change the overall movement frames from 51 to 45. Expanded the forward hitbox, changed the opponent's float on hit, changed so that it will not hit a crouching opponent, adjusted the combo count. Tengyou Hadoken charge, damage increased from 100 to 110. Changed the overall movement frames from 67 to 55. Adjusted the combo count, changed the opponent's float on hit, changed so that it will not hit a crouching opponent. EX Shoken, despite the opponent's blowback distance on hit. Sakura Reigns addressed the phenomenon where the opponent could not perform a V-trigger, a V-reversal when Sakura Reigns was canceled into from block special moves. Okay. So people can V-reversal from it now. Hooray. Luckily, Blanca don't have much because I ain't got much in me. Quick roll and V-reversal. Increase the pushback on block. Increase the opponent's blowback on hit. Okay. Jungle Dynamo and Lightning Beast. Reduce the two frames of recovery to the V-trigger cancel. Electric Thunder. Advantage on block increased from 2 to 3. EX Electric Thunder damage increased from 100 to 120. Stun increase from 180 to 120. Can now be canceled into V-trigger. V Electric Thunder. Stun increase from 180 to 130. Backstep rolling. Change the blowback damage on midair hit. Increase the combo count. Decrease the landing recovery from 14 to 11. EX backstep rolling. Decrease the landing recovery from 13 to 5. V backstep rolling. So that little jump back that he does Decrease the landing recovery from 14 frames to 11. Note no changes to the advantages and disadvantages. Ground shave rolling change so that the first and second hits will be blocked successfully. Ground shave rolling max. Reduce the damage from 250 to 220. Change so that the final hit causes a guard break. So hopefully you'll have a move that can EX up out of that before that last hit gets you, because you're gonna be in trouble. So overall, the patches are good. I think some of the people got, I understand it's a rebalance, but Rashid got completely fucked. At least we won't see as many Rashids now. Guile, that's another story. I don't think Guile's gonna feel his nerfs. I think Bison's still gonna be played. Chun-Li, she's not gonna be able to do as much pressure, but she still has something. You know what I mean? Overall, I think the patches are okay, but some of the stuff you have to see in action in order to really get a gist of how good or bad it is. So this is just me going over the patch notes. The link is going to be in the description. I'm tired. I'm feeling kind of dizzy right now. I'm sorry if I kind of lost energy, but I really wasn't started not feeling good for whatever reason. But I'll see you guys later. Until then, keep on gaming.